Good morning, guys. Hopefully you are having a wonderful day. It is Friday here and now in the here and now. And so I'm doing what I can to wrap up the week. Good stuff. And actually, because it's the 4th of July holiday weekend here in the States, I actually don't have to go into work on Monday. So I didn't go into work this past Monday because I was sick. I don't have to go into work this coming Monday because of the holiday. I'm okay with this. So basically, I've been sitting around this morning, getting some work done, fighting with some issues. The authentication server is having issues, so I can't actually get in to do much of anything. So I've just been checking code in and testing out what I can when I can. And I may or may not have watched a little bit of Orange is the New Black. I'm trying desperately to finish this whole season up so that I can move on to something else. Because I still have not finished watching Mr. Robot. I am done with Game of Thrones, though. Holy crap, Game of Thrones. And actually, I'm a couple seasons behind on Doctor Who. I hate to admit that because I was huge into the new series of Doctor Who, and it's been, let's see, I haven't seen anything with the new Doctor. The last Doctor that I saw was Matt Smith, if that tells you anything. And I don't think I saw all of his final stuff. I think I watched like a season or two of him and then stopped. Just ran out of time. There's never any time. And actually, while I was sitting around here earlier, we had just an absolute cloudburst. It looks just fine out there now, of course, but for a little while I was sitting here, it was just downpouring the rain. That's why I even had those open, was so I could watch it. The good thing is, though, all of this rain, everything's supposed to dry up, so we're supposed to be going to the zoo tomorrow. My parents are actually coming in tonight, so I think they're going to go with us. And hopefully it's not going to rain tomorrow. It says like 10% chance of rain, although Sunday there's supposed to be more chance, and maybe even on Monday, which is the holiday and whatnot. I've got to take some time to actually light off these fireworks at some point. And actually a part of lighting those fireworks off is going to allow me to finish up another video, which is awesome. And I need to take some time today, if I can find the time, to try to finish up this video about the Bluetooth tablet controller thing. It's like every time I try to finish the video up, something happens. Either the controller is not charged up, the tablet is not charged up, or there's just something loud and noisy, or I get sick, or something. Something happens inevitably. And other than that, the big thing that I really need to focus on today is the news video. Because it's Friday, I generally do those and have them scheduled to go up on Saturday. That means the rest of the pile does have to wait. Now, if I can go ahead and get the news video finished, just get it filmed and edited and ready to go, then I can actually dig back into the pile again as well. But you know what? I've waited long enough to start the video this morning. It is already 11:30 in the morning. So I probably ought to see what else I can get done here in the next 20 minutes and then grab a little lunch. This is absolutely great. Great way to continue the day. Yeah, I've lost pretty much the entire rest of the morning and missed lunch and everything because well, to put it plainly, I've been moved over to being on call for the next week, and there are some web servers that are down. The web servers themselves are up, but there's something to do with the networking and not being able to ping it at the right time, and so the round robins offline. I'm not the networking person. This is not stuff that I'm really supposed to know, and I'm apparently supposed to know it for the week that I'm on call out of every 8 weeks. So I've been banging my head against the wall with one of our networking guys he's been trying to help, but I know he's swamped with other stuff, so I'm trying to figure it out and not having as much luck as I would like. All right, skipping right on ahead. The problem I was looking to has apparently been resolved without me having to do a whole lot. I was digging into it. I had actually pretty much found out where the problem existed, and then one of my coworkers who had gone out to lunch, who was intimately familiar with all of it, came back and said, "Oh yeah, I'm taking care of that." So, well, crap, there's a wasted bunch of time. But UPS just showed up, and they actually delivered something I'm kind of interested in talking about at some point. Smattree, the company that sent out the headphone charging case a little while back, they apparently make a battery base for the Amazon Echo. Not exactly sure how useful that's going to be, but effectively, if you already have the Amazon Echo and you don't want to buy the Amazon Tap, but you still want to be able to have that functionality on the go, you can technically take that battery pack and attach it to the base of the Amazon Echo, use it as a pass-through to keep it all charged up and everything, and then when you're ready to go somewhere, pull the plug on it and go. Really cool, really neat idea. And again, it should be a pretty quick video to make. Basically just unbox it, take the Amazon Echo, and plug it all up inside the kitchen and then pull the plug on it and walk around with it and say, yep, it definitely works when it's unplugged. Problem solved. So that's gonna be a very quick video to make. The pile is definitely starting to grow again, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything ready. I've got my news stories in order, and it's already like 2:30, unfortunately. So I'm gonna take my laptop, I'm gonna get my news video filmed, so I'll have it ready to go later this afternoon for tomorrow. and then see how much of that pile that I can attack. I mean, it keeps coming back to the fact that I've actually got one video I have to do where I have to leave the house, I have to go outside and actually do the video about the radio at some point, the car stereo. I just haven't even worked on it at all. And I do still need to make the video about this treadmill desk, which I haven't been using enough lately. The problem is there are all these other little things, and the companies behind them are constantly poking at me saying, where's our video? And I've been kowtowing to that instead of dealing with the companies that have actually sent me these products that are a lot more expensive. You know, a company that keeps poking at me about a product they sent me that was valued at like $15 versus a company that sent me a product that's worth several $100s. I should be making the video for that several $100 product much, much earlier. And I just haven't been doing that. But we will. We'll get it done. Progress has been progressed. Apparently, the work network has finally come back up, so I can get back to doing stuff for that. Although it is already almost 4 o'clock, so I do have to go get Ellis here shortly. I did go ahead and get the news video filmed, and I've imported everything, started working on it. I also unboxed the, which one is it? The LG Phoenix 2. Feels surprisingly good in the hand. If it were not a super cheap budget device, I still might consider using it. I mean, it's got a nice, it's got an okay display on it. It's got an okay amount of performance. It's not great, but for 80 bucks, it's really hard to complain, especially with the build quality and a really grippy textured back. Unboxing video about that coming up probably in the next couple of days. I also unboxed the Masion, however you pronounce that word, keyboard, gaming keyboard, supposedly waterproof keyboard with mechanical feel, although it's membrane keys. So it doesn't have like the true clicky switches, it's got membranes, so okay. The one thing I have left to do on that video is actually getting it wet. I don't know if I'm just gonna like put it in a bucket and spill water on it, or have it plugged in and take it into the shower and try to type, or that sounds like a recipe for disaster right there. Maybe if I plug it into a tablet or something I don't mind if it gets fried, and then pour water over it while it's plugged in, that would probably be the best option. I know I've got a tablet that has a USB port on it, and it's a tablet that I don't, you know, it's not one that I use on the regular or anything, and it's an older one, so maybe that's the best bet. Have it hooked up to that and typing on it, and then like pour something on it, or maybe even pour, I know Lou from Unbox Therapy poured like mustard and ketchup and honey all over his waterproof keyboard when he was testing it. This is not the same kind of thing. If this one withstood something like that, I would absolutely wholeheartedly recommend it, because it feels very nice to type on. It's got some clackiness to it like a mechanical keyboard would have too, but adding in that waterproof element, for someone like myself who when I would sit at a desk would regularly spill things, the 35 bucks for that, not bad at all. And that's about as far as I made it into the pile, unfortunately, or fortunately. I do always have more to do moving forward, and I think my parents are gonna be here sometime this evening, so I'm not gonna be doing a whole lot more on the pile, but that's okay. But for now, time to go get Ellis. Well, we all made it home, just in time for all of us to leave. Time for some food. Sandwiches. Good stuff. Good stuff. Duncan's just sitting here munching on his chips. Ellis is just hanging out, sitting up like a big boy. Dropping off Ellis's prescription for some of his medicine. Look how good he's doing. Except he's got a wobble butt. Keeps rolling over. Let's see. Need some sunscreen. SPF 30, 50, 70. That's more like it. For the computer tech in all of us. I don't know about all this sports stuff. Hey, you're a visitor. Ellis was having a little nap. More. He was about to sleep. He hadn't gotten there yet. And oh look, it's quite a few hours later. It's already after 11 p.m. and most everybody has gone to bed at this point. Basically just been sort of hanging out and talking, playing with the boys, and Duncan and Christina, like I said, are already in bed. Ellis is passed out in the floor in there, so I'm about to get him a bottle, get him his medicine, get him ready for bed. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. We're actually supposed to be heading out to the zoo first thing in the morning, presuming that nothing goes horribly wrong, knock on wood. So, we will see you then. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with me and the family. We will see you tomorrow.